Hello and welcome. I'm Armchair Historian Gamer. During some of my streams, different people have asked me how it is that I can play Total War games with more than 20 units in my armies. So, to help out those that might want to play with those kind of armies themselves, I've decided to make a video about how to do it. There is no mod for this, as for some reason the 20 unit armies are hard-coded into the game. However, you can circumvent this, and I am about to show you how. First off, you need to start a new game. Well, actually it works with any saved games, but it might be an idea to start a new one, as larger armies will have a rather big impact on any campaign. So, to show you how it's done, I've decided to start a new campaign in Total War Rome 2 as the Seleucid Empire. As you can see here, the armies are at the regular 20 unit size. So, to start this whole process, you first save the game as you normally would. Once that is done, you then exit the game. Well, you don't really have to exit the game. Returning to the main menu is sufficient, but I'll do it here for clarity. You're going to need a program called Edit SF. So you open up your browser and use any search program known as Google. In there you write Edit SF and hit enter. The first result should take you to a site where you can download the Edit SF program. Follow the instructions on the site on how to use Edit SF. It's not hard. Once Edit SF is downloaded and working properly, you double click on it. Myself, I've added a shortcut to my desktop as I use it quite often. But there's no reason why you'd have to do it. I do it because of convenience. You're then going to use the Edit SF program to open your saved game. You'll have to manually guide the program to where the saved games are located. Normally, you can find them under your username, app data, roaming, the creative assembly, and then depending upon which game you're doing this with, and lastly, save games. Once the saved game has loaded, you find a drop-down menu called Campaign Save Game. Click on the plus sign to open the first drop-down menu, followed by Compressed Data. Then you click on the plus sign in front of the last entry called Campaign ENV. And lastly, you click on the entry called Campaign Model. You do not click on the plus sign in front of it. Within this menu, you have two numbers of 20. The top one determines the allowed army size. Double-click on it and change it to the number you wish to change it to. Once that is done, click on something else so you see the entries turning red. Then save it. A word of caution. Do not increase it above 40. The game engine cannot handle it. And I would not recommend going over 38 in any other game than Warhammer. Return to the campaign you were playing to see that everything is working. And as you can see here, The armies are now allowed 38 units. So what was the second number 20 in that menu? It determines navy size. However, I would not recommend you increase that number. Not that the game can't handle it, but I've noticed that controlling a fleet larger than size of 20 is really hard. It is easier in Empire or Napoleon than in Rome, if you simply group the ships up into squadrons and then set them to fire at will. All you have to do then is steer the ships around. This whole process works for all the Total War games from Empire to Warhammer. I've not had the chance to test it out yet on Warhammer 2, since it hasn't been released yet, but I'm doubtful that it won't work there as well. There you have it. Now enjoy playing Total War games with huge armies. Thank you for watching.